Hi everyone, Agnes here, and this is the fifth and final, no, the sixth. I did number 5 the other day. The sixth YouTube about my romantic personal relationships. Now, this is the relationship I am still in, and this is why I spend a lot of time here in London, England, where I am today. And I connected with my specific person, as many of you have heard my story. I'll put the links down below to where I share about that in a bit more detail. But for the purpose of this YouTube, how we got together when we were living in different countries, communicating as friends, the friendship started to grow, and then eventually seeing each other more regularly as I was able to travel, because I had broken free over a period of about 2 years, breaking free of a job, breaking free of a boss, starting my own business, which is this, working with people, and then being able to travel and have the money to travel and spend more time with him. But in those days, I still had some pretty bad habits of my self-love still not being really solid and really anchored in, and therefore this particular person that I'm with today would say to me, "You're not for me, you're not for me." So, and when you really want to be with somebody, that's really hard information to hear. But he was right, because I was still trying to get from him. And these were old habits. It's like you can do your self-love work in between relationships, but you really see what you're made out of, or what you're made of, when you get back into a relationship. So I had to really learn to mature to get to the place where I was no longer trying to suck love out of him. And, you know, I had stopped probably the verbal part, but it was the energetic part, still trying to get from this person and still putting the "you have to look after me" energy out onto him. So got better at that over time, because this person had excellent boundaries and still doesn't let me get away with it, and therefore I have to rise up and work on the self. So a very good relationship for me, because this person is a wonderful communicator. This person has no addictions. This person takes care of themselves, takes care of his the people in his family, you know, children, mom, stuff like that. Really is a giver. When two givers get together, it becomes a wonderful relationship, okay? So what I had to really work on was continuing and improving the self-love, continuing and improving, stopping blaming this person for how I felt. You know, I feel hurt when you do this. That's blaming somebody. I didn't think it was, but I understand today it is. It's like, it's disguised blaming, you know, so still something I need to watch within myself, because it is something that, you know, especially around therapy. Therapy teaches us to say, you know, when you do this, I feel, but really you're still holding that person responsible for how you feel. And really it's what you're doing to yourself around whatever they've done is what causes that in you. So it's levels and levels and levels of understanding that it's not a person's job to make you feel loved, okay? Now, I do receive a lot of love from this person. This person helps me with my business behind the scenes, does all sorts of stuff for me, will also, you know, lovingly massage me in the night when I'm relaxed, my neck and shoulders, because I'm on a computer a lot, cooks, takes me out shopping, takes me to wonderful places as a surprise. And this is the inside contents of a meaningful relationship. Once you have that, these are the types of things that occur. But I had to learn to love myself. Therefore, I bring that love into this relationship. I'm not trying to suck love out of it. Okay? Now, the other wonderful things about being in a meaningful relationship such as this one, and this one has been definitely my best one so far, is being with someone that really takes care of themselves. If they take care of themselves, then you take care of yourself. then you come into the relationship both with something to give. You bring your health into it, you bring your energy into it, you bring your positive attitude into it, you bring your I'm not going to complain into it, because I can tell you a lot of relationships, I hear people are complaining and complaining, and then the person goes, oh, not that again. So stopping complaining as much as possible, and just daily from morning till bedtime looking after the self. So I try and do that every single day. And then that is something that I then give to my partner, okay? We communicate better than we used to. I remember thinking, we just don't understand each other. That was a belief that I had, okay? So changing my beliefs. I love how we understand each other. I love how we laugh. I love how this relationship gets better and better. I love how we do fun things. I love how we have time for each other. We always have good timing. Those are the types of beliefs I had to really lean into with this relationship and improve. My relationship is easy. That's another one, because I had the belief relationships are hard. From my, you've heard my stories. If you've listened to the 5 relationships I've had before this one, relationships were hard. And I had that belief. And therefore, my relationship at some point, after about 3, 4, 5 years, would reflect that back to me. And I'd go into, here we go again, here we go again. So the behind the scenes of this relationship is it's very supportive, and this person is a man and is an alpha male. He, holds my hand when we cross the street. He takes me to places. He doesn't treat me like a princess. I'm not into that. Not into the whole princess syndrome thing. I don't need a man to put me on a pedestal and then be, conforming to what I want. That's not the type of relationship I've ever wanted. I don't believe in that man has to conform to me, or because the whole word conform means obey. Okay, if you look it up, that's what conforming means. So that's not the type of relationship I've ever wanted. Equal footing, the man's the man, the woman's the woman, and we do our thing and we work together to really have a wonderful relationship. I suffocate him with freedom. He does things for as long as he wants, and if I have stuff to do, I just communicate what I have to do. We communicate, we share, we support each other, we listen. I know that he loves it when I cook for him. He cooks for me too, but I'm the one that's home a lot because I work from home. So it's about me giving something to him. He is very simple in what he loves. Food, time together, watching a movie, going out to the pub in London and watching a little bit of soccer every now and again. He's not a big sports fan, so that's great for me because I'm not... I don't mind a bit of Olympics or a bit of soccer every now and again, but I certainly don't want to be watching sport all the time because that's not my preference. So I've attracted someone who really is a perfect fit for me. And he also matches the physical preferences that I have. And that's something that I always had in the back of my head, that I had these preferences, and that person meets my preferences. I love the way he looks. I love his energy. He never complains. And one thing I love about him is he never even says, I'm tired. He says, I'm going to go and rest now. So even the choice of words that he uses, because he is a very big wordsmith, a lot more than I am, teaches me to not complain about things like that. I'm tired, I need to go to bed. It's like, oh, I'm going to go and rest now is a much more positive statement, even around just that. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight as to what I'm living, how wonderful this relationship is. It keeps getting better and better. I love that it does, and I know that the self-love is a big, big, big factor in how relationships are, especially with me as the years have gone on. I've had to learn to get better at this. So I have to be living, if I'm going to help you, I have to be living it and doing it properly, not just talking out of that back part of my body, okay? It's got to be that I'm living this to really effectively help you. And as you can see, I did this series so you could see how many times I screwed up and got this wrong. Okay, but now it's definitely leveled out. The relationship is a reflection of the people in it. You don't need to fix the relationship, you fix the self. And that's something I'm constantly working on myself by doing all the stuff I share with you. You know, my self-love meditations, yoga, affirmations when I go walking, drinking lots of water, eating healthy food, making sure I sleep. You know, today I slept in until about 9:45 because I had a coffee late last night and I was up till 2. So, but I am a night owl, so I work with my body clock. If I sleep till 10, so what? I don't have anyone booked in till 11, so it's okay. So make it work for you. And the relationship, I'm extremely grateful for it. I love this man and I know he loves me. And I know that we're both Sagittarians, so we have an understanding of each other's need for freedom. So we don't need to be on top of each other all the time. When I'm in Australia for a month or 2 with my mum and my family, he's fine. When he's, you know, off with his family for a week or 2, I'm fine. You know, we spend time together, we spend time apart. We spend time together, we spend time apart. I need both, and so does he. So hopefully that helps you, gives you a bit of insight. Relationships are a wonderful thing. They teach you so much about the self, and I'm very grateful for what I've learned in this relationship. Excuse me, because this has been a very powerful learning curve for me, and I've learned a lot from this person having good boundaries with me and not letting me get away with some of my bad old habits of trying to get love and trying to blame. Those are the 2 that I have to work on. Lots of love, everyone, and I'll put the specific person, how I attracted my specific person, part 1 and part 2 down below. There's also a specific person toolkit for those of you that want to check that out. There's also a whole guided meditations channel for meditations for self-love, relationships, whether you have a specific person, an ex, or even just someone new that you want. I'll put that down below. And there is also 3 free relationship courses that I've done, one for long distance, and the other 2 are not for long distance. So I'll put those down below too. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, and I will see you in another series of some description or another YouTube.